I hate it when Fiona looks at me like that. I mean, I expect it from Dr. Dunwhiddle, but when Fiona gives me that "I'm so frustrated I could smack you" glare, you know you've screwed up. Okay, I admit the book I was supposed to be shelving, hands-free, mind you, might have traveled a bit farther than I intended. And, well, there might now be a book-sized hole in Fiona's wall. In my defense, I had offered to put it away using good old Norm muscle power. She's the one who insisted I use my magic to place the book back on the shelf. You know when you reach into the fridge and lift up an opaque jug thinking it's full to the brim with orange juice, cashew milk wine, or whatever liquid suits your fancy? Your muscles prepare themselves to heft a certain amount of weight. So when you lift the jug that your roommate, spouse, child, self put back nearly empty, you end up overdoing it and banging the damn jug right into the top of the fridge while your muscles are shouting, "Hells yes, we are so strong." That's pretty much what I've been doing with my magic these past couple weeks. Again, in my defense, the book was really thick and looked like it should have weighed at least 6 pounds. When I gave it a magical little lift and push, bam! It went straight through the drywall, through the insulation, then through the siding of Fiona's schoolroom that makes up most of the ground floor of her house. I couldn't figure out why she was so agitated. I mean, Fiona now had a perfect peekaboo view of spellbound patisserie, along with the tantalizing smell of baked goods wafting through her home. I also couldn't figure out why it mattered so much to me that I'd annoyed her. After all, a month ago, I wouldn't have given a flying rat's fart about upsetting any human on planet Earth. Except for Mr. Wood, my boss at the funeral home where I illegally put makeup on dead people for their final show. In fact, I took personal pride in being able to put up someone's hackles against me in less than 8 minutes. I was like the rodeo queen of keeping people at a distance. Now, here I stood, worried, bothered even, that I'd upset Fiona, one of the few magics who had shown an enormous amount of patience and understanding with me. So far. Oh, by the way, while there are supposedly flying cats in Magic Land, there are no flying rats. Although they can be very aerodynamic if you ask them to tuck up their paws while you magically zip them around through the air. Probably best if you keep that one from PETA. "Really, I think it's an improvement," I said, looking appreciatively at the damage. "Cassie, you put a hole in my wall," Fiona said with controlled matter-of-factness. "And now you have the tasty scent of cake filling your home. Since I should really lose a few pounds and ought to stay away from Spellbound's product line, I don't see how that's a benefit." She almost tapped her toes with impatience, but then seemed to think better of it. Even so, Fiona standing with her hands on her round hips and arms akimbo was a clear sign of her frustration level.